Hello, welcome to today's video on how to write Python scripts. Last video, I have showed you how to run your statements directly in the shell. Today, we are going to do the same statements or similar statements in Python script. So before jumping into the concept, I want to explain you why this is important. Now, when you write a program, you write it, execute more than once. You just don't want to do a simple math like 3 into 2 is equals to 6 kind of a math. And for that, you don't use Python. Python is mostly used for automations and for scripting, where you want to take advantage or keep reusing these statements over and over again. So in order to do that, you need to actually write a script and save it. And next time when you want to run it, you still have all the statements available. If you do the same in shell, as soon as you close the shell, the statements are not stored, which means all the effort that you have put is completely erased from the system's memory. So with that, let us jump into the actual concept. To start scripting, go to the file and then use this new file option. Click on that one, and you will immediately see this window popping on your screen. So now let me write a few simple statements. For example, we can say, uh, we'll start with name. We will write a person's name. It can be Ravi, and we will say like what is his contact number, right? Contact number can be like contact underscore number is equals to, and since this is going to be a number and long number, either you can store it as the number by itself or string, right? For now, I'll store it as string. For example, let me say 99252599. Uh, how many did I write? Four and four, and then red slide like 2 and 8. See, this is the contact number. Now you have these two variables. Now, how do you run this script and how do you see it, right? Now, to first run the script, it asks you to save the file. So in order to save the file, you can just open the file menu and then you can click on save option, or you can directly put Control S. Right now, I want to store that file in documents. So I just scroll to documents. You can search for it, and then you can here say like um, Python scripting, right? Python scripting, and then you can, I will just say class, and I will just save. Now I have successfully saved this file. Now I can run this file. So I can just click on run module, and it immediately runs the um, Python script. Now, why, if you want to see if these variables got saved with values that we tried to write into them, you can just use print statement. Print is to print the values, whatever value you want to print it to the output is going to be displayed. So if you want to display something, we use this inbuilt function called print. So let us make use of that one. And because we are in Python 3, Python 3 supports formatting. So what does formatting mean? Let me show you with an example. Just say F and then say name, okay? And then use these brackets and then close them. Here in curly brackets, I'm going to use the variable name. For example, here I want to print the name, right? I'll just say name, right? And similarly, uh, I will not show you the other part. I'll let you write that one, right? So I want to print the name, and here I am making use of the name Ravi, right? And because I'm going to print that name, I said like name colon, and then I gave open these braces and I gave the variable name. This variable name should match here. Okay. Now, what is this F? F is for formatting. What this does is that it will allow you to store the variable name in and then inside these curly braces. And once you keep it that way, it will actually replace this entire thing. The Python interpreter will replace this entire thing with this value. Instead of saying that curly brace and name, it will give you the name Ravi. Now let me show you that. Let me, I'm running the module, and as you can see, name colon, and then it replace that entire curly braces and name with the actual value called Ravi, right? And right now, um, I will show you, for example, if I want to print the contact number, right? And if I just put F colon and then just say in curly braces contact number, you will still get that value, okay? And why I didn't, let me show you that first. Contact. Okay, did you see the error? The error is I didn't complete I didn't give the clear variable name. And that is why it said this is not defined. It is not defined because I have a mistake here. Now, since I corrected it, I'm going to save it again and I'm going to run it again. See now, you see that contact number being replaced with the value. But do you understand it is his contact number? No, right? That is why you need to write a meaningful output statements. Similar to having a meaningful variable names, you also need to write a meaningful print statement so that people who are reading through these logs can understand what this particular value means. I don't know if it is his ID, I don't know if it is his contact number, I don't know what it is, right? So now, if you put it as contact number, I know that it is his contact number. And if I want to make use of it, I can make use of it by calling or texting, um, or using it on a send some address. I can write his contact number to send him some packages or something like that. So this is about the uh, printing your variables on the output screen, right? Right now, I'm just adding this contact number and then just so let me save this thing. Now, I want to show you how to read from the input. Now, let me say if I write this program, this is like a static program, which means the variables are all defined and you don't change it, right? But for example, if I want to write some system where you actually can input and then you can read the output, what you have entered. For example, you went to a registration process and you have inputted your name, you have contact number, your address and everything. And at the end, after you say like when you click on the save button, if it says like, okay, thank you, Ravi, we have notified your information, that would actually give you certain amount of confidence, thinking that okay, the application have successfully processed my request, it have taken my input, right? For example, if you go to a movie theater and if you try to book 2 tickets, so it first asks your first name, last name, and then it asks you like how which movie you want to watch. For example, if you went to a multiplex, which movie do you want to watch, and then how many tickets, right? After this thing is done, and once it processes your payment, after it can say like, okay, thank you, Ravi, we processed your request. Here are your 2 tickets, and it just gives you the 2 tickets. That means we will know that okay, my payment process have gone out, and everything is successful. I got the 2 tickets and everything, right? That way, to ensure that we don't want to uh, hard code some piece of information. We can't keep writing new programs, right? So in this way, you can actually write a generic program. Now, for that, what I will do is I will do name one, and then I will say like here how to read the input, or how to read from the user. We make use of another built-in function called input. Okay, here this in another built-in function will allow us to actually save. Um, instead of displaying a blank screen and assuming that user will actually input whatever information you want, you can actually say what you want. What is your name is a good question to ask, right? For him to clearly understand. And then you can also ask contact number one is equals to input of, and then you can just say your contact number, please. And then you can say this thing, and he can enter that one. And as I said, we can say like, okay, print, and then we can say thank you, and then we can say the person's name. But for that, in order to replace that, you need to keep formatting here, and then you can just do name name, right? Because I'm storing that variable in this name one, that's why I'm giving name one. Um, and I'm just saying we processed uh, your information. Okay, now I save this thing, and I'm just going to say uh, run it, right? Let me run this program. Now, the first one is displaying from the previous program that we have run. The second one, what is your name? We call it like Vijaya. And then it is asking your contact number, please. I will give like 7022 and then 66566. And then some 6564 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 2, 9, and then 6, 10. Okay, and then hit enter. Here you see. Thank you, Vijay. We processed your information. It gives certain amount of confidence, right? Um, so that's all. Like these are the two built-in functions that we make use of to actually display what we wanted to say. And to read input, we will actually make use of input built-in function. Um, Try to come up with some scenarios, or I can give you some scenarios, and you can practice this one. It would be actually interesting for you to come up with few scenarios and ask me any questions you might have through comments, and I will try to clarify it either through a video or through a comment. Thank you so much.